Okay, this is the action cycle for the first turn. Now I found the stuff I was interested in the last video about how they're going to simulate the Confederates getting the drop on the Union and stealing several marches on them, and I found this in the initial movement restrictions. So Confederate infantry units may activate normally on 1 and 2. Cavalry and infantry move on 3. Okay, Union response is dependent on the amount of Confederate units that are moved, and this takes place after all the Confederates finished all these activations. So you can activate units of 1 infantry corps, 1 cavalry division for each Confederate corps, including cavalry corps, which moved in turns 1 and 2. You can also activate other ones based on these rules. The Confederates sort of pretty much abandon their lines. You've got the ability to move more units then. I won't actually read out all those rules. Union units activated may utilise strategic and naval movement if necessary. Okay, and there's some bits about restrictions on the Union moving into towns, etc. in Northern Virginia. Right, and all movement restrictions are abandoned at the start of turn 4. Okay, so based on those movement restrictions, the Union can't do anything until the Confederacy have finished doing all their stuff. Now, Confederacy, I can move infantry units only, so I just roll my die. Well, we need to nominate a unit first. We will activate Hill's Corps over here, and it's got a movement 2 +2 for Confederate leader movement, infantry leader movement. So I've got 4 movement points to expend. I can't use strategic movement, which is something unique to this particular module, because I'm within 8 hexes of enemy infantry. The same would apply if I was within 4 hexes of enemy cavalry. Okay, the Confederacy have completed their movement for turn 1. We're not going to increase our fatigue because I don't want to lose units, lose any sort of strength points through attrition, not unless it's absolutely necessary. Because if you get fatigued and you do in marches, you could end up with extended march, which can result in the loss of units and stuff like that. So you might think that's a conservative move, but I think it's a sensible move. Now the Union have got the ability to move up to 2 divisions, not a cavalry division. But notice there aren't actually any Union cavalry divisions as such on the board at the stage. You've got the component units, but they haven't got their leaders. There's like a cavalry reorganisation that's going to take place at some point based on a random die, right on the random events table, as far as I understand it. So I say we still can move it because they've got divisional numbers on the side. So these are the 1st Cavalry Division. Even though they haven't got a leader, you could still move elements of that 1st Division, and you can move one of the other Union formations as well, because 2 Confederate corps have moved. Okay, Union respond by moving Hancock's division over to the west for fatigue level 2, and they've also concentrated the 1st Cavalry units and moved them a couple of marches over to the west as well. So we've got a cavalry screen with the 1st there, and there's the 3rd Cavalry here. And there's elements of the 2nd Cavalry there. We need to get those together if we can. Yeah, the other 2nd Cavalry unit is way over here. Both the 2nd and the 3rd have only got 2 sort of military units in them. Yeah, I need to get my naming conventions right. The cavalry units consist of divisions with brigades in them, and the infantry units on the Union side consist of divisions into corps, and the same with the Confederates, divisions into corps. So that's it for the first turn. None of these other units can move because of the fact the Confederates haven't crossed the Potomac or entered Pennsylvania and Maryland yet.